In this video, we will talk about Lucid Motors and the SPAC Cciv. What is the current context and if you should buy the stock? Before today's video begins, if you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. On January 11th, the stock price of the SPAC Churchill Capital Corp 4, trading under the ticker symbol CCIV, increased by more than 50% when there were rumors that the SPAC will be merging with the EV startup Lucid Motors. Since the EV has been such a hot sector in 2020, many speculators rushed in to buy the shares. The question now is if you should buy it, when, and for what. Lucid Motors is an American EV manufacturer. Its staff mostly come from other prominent auto manufacturers such as Jaguar, Mazda, and Tesla. The company was founded in 2007, initially to focus on battery development and manufacturing for other manufacturers. The focus was then shifted in 2016 to develop and manufacture zero-emission vehicles on its own. Its main appeal is that it targets the high-end segment of the EV market, where the margins are higher because customers are willing to pay a premium for the comfort and quality. If we look at the reasons why NIO was originally popular with investors, it was because it was considered as a Tesla alternative that mostly focuses on the high-end market. In the case of Lucid Motors, it has many similarities with NIO, except that it is based in the United States instead of China, meaning it will not be affected by the law passed by Congress to potentially delist any foreign corporation listed on a US stock exchange. The fact that Lucid is based in the United States gives the company somewhat of a guarantee on the reliability of the financial data released, at least on a relative basis. Another key consideration is that at this moment, you are not buying the startup, but the shares of a SPAC that is in talks with Lucid Motors. Those talks are not finalized and can still stall and even fall apart. An example of this is the rumored merger between Bridgetown and Tokopedia. The stock initially surged after the announcement of the talks, but since then there was hardly any development and the stock entered in a slow grind to lower price levels while waiting for any confirmation. The same thing may happen with CCIV. Of course, the alternative argument is that by the time the merger is confirmed, the stock would have already increased so much in price that it may be too late to invest. I believe that the stock is worth buying if your time frame is between 3 to 6 months. There is a fair probability that a deal will go through, given that the news has been reported by many other news outlets other than Bloomberg. I believe that a price action may look a lot like the one of Fisker, which also targets a similar market segment. The price will initially surge and even go through multiple peaks and bottoms, depending on the catalysts of the company. Over the long term, however, nothing is given for Lucid. The EV sector starts to get crowded, and it will only get more competitive as time goes on. Considering that most traditional auto manufacturers have also been developing their own zero-emission or low-emission models, Tesla coming up with their $25,000 cars, and NIO planning to expand overseas in 2021, not forgetting about Fisker. So I would caution against holding the shares for the long term, or to limit the exposure if you plan to do so. For those who want to trade the stock, my suggestion is to enter the stock now with at least 1/3 of your allocation and leave the 2/3 of the buying capacity for later, when the stock goes into price corrections. For those who want to invest in the stock, the initial suggestion is the same, with the exception that you should sell at least 60% of your position within the next few months, keeping at most 40% of your position for the long-term holding, so that you can at least lock in some of the gains and not leave everything to the future. My price target is around $20 over the next month and up to $30 for the next 3 to 6 months. My recommended exposure for the stock is to limit around 0.5% until there are more announcements from both Cciv and Lucid Motors confirming their intention to merge, and to increase to 2% once the merger is confirmed. Thank you very much for watching. If you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel.